A very good morning. Your USD has continued to push up higher, though yesterday it did retrace back in towards its 4-hour demand zone. More specifically, this overall 4-hour sell down before the bigger overall buy up, which is currently supporting price and has the potential to further push your USD in towards the upside. Good morning, guys. It's Fabio, and welcome back to another daily market outlook. Happy to give you guys an update on the major dollar pairs as always. Now, your USD is currently in an area of interest for myself, as we are currently situated within an area of daily supply. Now, within this daily area of supply, the market has the potential to continue pushing down lower. Now, if we just quickly clean up our chart here and give you guys a clean overview of your USD. First of all, we can see on the daily time frame that we are swing bullish, right? So this is the overall swing impulse in towards the highs, and the very last liquidity low is this low over here, which we took out and where we are currently recovering from back in towards the upside. Now, in order to confirm that this liquidity low is ready to continue pushing the market up higher, I am waiting for a market structure shift of this high here. Only once that high goes, I'll then look for a retest and then for the overall upside continuation back up to 1.19. This is a 200 pip move / trade that I'm waiting to take a long on. Until then, I am still overall bearish on the immediate time from here for Euro USD, as we've seen a break of structure in towards the downside, a break of structure in towards the downside, and again a break of structure in towards the downside, therefore confirming that the immediate trend that we have here on Euro USD is still bearish, that this here is the swing high and we can draw in our fib towards the overall swing low. Now, we're currently situated within an area of supply over here, together with the fact that we're trending exactly at the 0.5 fib. Now, back in the days, I would used to say, hey guys, can we now finally sell? Stop loss above the overall supply zone. No, this is currently not what I am doing. What I'm waiting for is overall bearish confirmation. Now, when does bearish confirmation come? Ultimately, it would come if we see a clean break underneath the overall demand zone that is currently in control. Then we get our retest, and then we could look for a short position once again on the overall retest of that weekly / monthly open level. That is currently the only position that I have for shorts on your USD, or we would see another push up, create this ascending market structure, get the overall breakdown, break the low, retest, and then look for shorts on the overall downside push once again. So I'm looking for an overall internal market structure shift to confirm that your USD wants to head down lower. Otherwise, until then, demand remains in control, and we can expect the market still to push up higher towards the overall next liquidity high, which is situated right over here. So if you're currently trading the lower time frame, the main focus should be on longs and longs only. If we look at the 15 minutes, we can very clearly see here that we are bullish. So I'm just going to keep it nice and simple for you guys. Here we had a 15-minute BOS up. Here we had a 15-minute BOS up. Here we've now had another 15 minutes break of structure up. So what's now happened is that here on the 15-minute time frame, the market remains bullish. We draw in the Fibonacci from, let's say, the swing low in towards the swing high. The market retraces exactly to the 0.5 fib retracement level, and we retraced back down in towards this sub for the buy area of demand, which caused now a internal market structure shift to happen, and from there we're now continuing up higher once again. So your USD on the lower time frame is definitely still bullish, so therefore I would definitely not be looking for a short position at the moment. There is still potential for it to push down lower, as there's no clear liquidity in the overall push up. So I would prefer for us to even take out this overall low over here before then heading up higher, for example, again. Though here on the immediate time frame, yes, it is still in control. Let's say we break this high again, then you can just look for some more longs in towards the highs on the lower time frame. Though for myself, my main focus still remains on short positions, though I do not yet have the confirmation that I require in order to get into any positions, because I need the market structure to shift, and only then would I have the confirmation that I'm then ready to sell with full conviction. At the moment, demand is in control, like I earlier said, and we should still continue pushing up higher until we see that shift in market structure. And then again, probably in around a week, maybe in 2 weeks, if we, for example, continue to push up higher and we break this overall high here, then on the overall reaccumulation phase, that is when I would be happy to take a long from here to here. I'm not personally interested in taking a long from here to here at the moment, as I still expect that the immediate time frame will still continue to hold. Now, one more additional side note is that you could have taken an overall swing position from this liquidity low over here. This would, for example, have been a valid swing position with your stop loss underneath the overall lows, targeting the overall highs, based on the fact that this is the final liquidity low and that the overall daily swing structure is still bullish. So I could have taken that position. I didn't. I've noted it down for myself that I could have taken this position. This was the only position that I would have been willing to take. But at the moment, I'm just waiting. And that is, again, a very risky position due to what we can see from a market structure perspective, where we have a clear reversal pattern here on the dollar index still in existence. So again, you can also see that we've kind of broken this overall uptrend in towards the downside, right? And we have a clear overall bearish market structure. Therefore, I'm just waiting for a clear kind of like reaccumulation back up, break of structure, and then I'll look for longs. Otherwise, until then, I'm still favoring shorts, but the shorts confirmation still has not yet come. Now, looking at the dollar index, the dollar index continued its overall push down lower as we wanted yesterday. We can see that we got a nice drive in towards that area of demand. Now, for myself, I have two main areas of demand that I'm currently focusing on, or liquidity for a dollar potential reversal. That is a tap that we made into this area of demand. The overall sell down before the buy up, which we tapped into yesterday. You can see we got an initial reaction. Now, again, big mistake that a lot of traders make is that they start buying then on this bullish candlestick with the stop loss here or the stop loss here. Now, this is very dangerous to do. What we are waiting for dollar buys is obviously for the market to continue pushing up higher, break above the monthly open level, and then I'll be happy to take a long position. Otherwise, other than that, I'll just wait for still the internal market structure to shift, for example, inside of the demand zone itself. We could, for example, be forming some kind of descending price action here. And then what we could, for example, see is another drive in towards the lows. Then we have 1, 2, 3, and then, for example, break up, retest, boom. That would be a long that I'm willing to take as well. Other than that, if, let's say, the overall supply zones remain in control, because now, again, we're in supply, like we were previously here, we're in supply, right? Buy up, sell down, tap in, push down. Again, buy up, sell down, tap in, and we're now pushing down. It still makes sense for the dollar index to push down lower. So I'm still expecting lower prices until what? Until we break above this high over here, and then we can look for a long on the dollar. Until then, I'm still just expecting it to head down lower, despite us being inside of an area of demand. So I'm not nervous. I just have an alert on this high over here, and otherwise I have an alert on this low, and I'll just wait for the market to show its hand and show me that it wants to head up higher. And if it does not want to head up higher, I'll just follow the immediate market structure down lower, and then this would be the next liquidity low from where I'm then happy to look for a potential long from. So that's what I have for the dollar index for now. Immediate term, still looking good for some further downside, and other than that, just waiting for a market structure shift before any potential longs at all. Looking at GPUSD, we can see that the pound against the dollar has been stalling here at the monthly open. Obviously, this is a key level of support and resistance, so it's logic that markets is stalling over here. For GU, I'm currently not interested in really getting into a position at the moment. Yes, you have somewhat of a supply zone over here, but with the dollar index being at the position where it's currently at, I'm not looking to enter GPUSD shorts just yet, as I just don't have enough conviction to get into those dollar longs just yet. I'll be waiting for the confirmation, and then when that dollar confirmation comes, then I'll be happy to look for a short for GU. Otherwise, if the dollar heads down lower, then we'll still see some further upside on GPUSD potentially be provided, where we still have, for example, a daily supply zone over here that is open, or we have the 3 monthly level, or we have a swing high over here. These are all levels from where I would more preferably be looking for shorts than over here, which is still very, very early. And in my opinion, there are other better pairs on the pound that would then provide you with a shorting opportunity, as for example GPAUD, which I discussed yesterday in the market outlook as well, or excuse me, in the live stream here on YouTube, where we discussed, hey guys, what do we have here? We have a break up, then a break down, clear fractal break. Then we had some internal liquidity that we grabbed together, aligning with the yearly open, which is a key level. And from there, we've been selling off. So these are the kind of positions that I then would rather take. Or EURUSD, for example, which has been pushing up from, example, the overall, let's say, monthly open with a clear demand zone after being provided with a breaker structure up, swing low, swing high, monthly open. It takes out the internal liquidity. And then these are the kind of longs that you want to be taking as opposed to a GPUSD. Now, moving onwards into AUDUSD. So AUDUSD is pushing up higher. As I said, AUDUSD is the real kind of like bull pair. So if you are then still bearish on the dollar, then it's better to trade an AUDUSD than as opposed to, let's say, a EURUSD, in my opinion, or a GPUSD long. So AUDUSD is still bullish, right? So we have the overall swing low, the overall swing high. We took out the internal liquidity here. We had a clear area of demand, tapped into that demand zone, has the potential to continue pushing up higher. So looking here at the 4-hour time frame, I would just be looking to continue longing this further up higher. Just needs to break above this key level of resistance here at the monthly open and this strong area of supply, which liquidated the high here to the left. That's why this is a strong area of supply. So let's see if we can break above that, and then I think that there will definitely be some more long opportunities there on AUDUSD. So yeah, I would be favoring longs on that. NZDUSD, I also talked about longing this further in towards the highs. It's currently situated inside of the demand zone. NZD is slightly weak, so NZD is just a little bit weaker than AUD, so I would prefer the AUDUSD long. However, NZDUSD is still situated within this demand zone. Provide us with the change of character. Yesterday I told you guys as well, weekly open here, and then boom, pushed up higher. Still has liquidity open here, so I'm still expecting some more upside from NZDUSD in the short term. Further higher. Then USDCAD, USD Yen, USD Swiss. So USDCAD still expecting higher prices, though again the dollar index still has potential to push down lower. The Canadian dollar is relatively weak because Trump imposed aluminum tariffs on Canada, and there's also political division within Canada itself. So I'm looking for further upside on USDCAD, though it's just waiting for the dollar to turn bullish. I mean, it's stalling, it's stuck, it's consolidating here on the monthly open. So just have patience, and furthermore, there's nothing really to do about it until we see until we see a change of character. So, for example, I'm not sure if we broke the change of character low over here. I don't think so. But other than that, I would be preferring another push down, and then, for example, break above this high, reach this monthly open, and then look for a long. That would be a nice 4-hour change of character entry model. So yeah, looking for that on USDCAD, still very bullish, and still looking for further upside towards the yearly open. USD Yen pushed up higher as we expected and as we discussed. We're talking about this obviously being bullish. Again, we preferred, for USDJPY to continue its leg down lower. That would have been preferable towards these equal lows, then look for long from there. Again, perfect world, perfect situation. Sadly, did not happen. The reaccumulation phase this time was very small for USDJPY, but that's what happens when you have these impulsive pairs. So USDJPY currently in its impulsive phase, and it still has potential to push up higher. Let's see what happens. The yen still extremely weak. Obviously, this impulsive phase was relatively small as we're already at the break of structure line. And after the break of structure line, I'm not really a fan of getting into new long positions. So I would prefer for this just to move a little bit higher. And then in the future, we can use this low, for example, here as liquidity if it reaccumulates there. And then from there, look for longs in the future again. But USDJPY still very, very bullish. And obviously, we're still only looking for longs as the yen basket keeps on dropping in towards the downside as we have been expecting. Overall, USDJPY was not the ideal top pick, but Euro Yen was, and this was also a pick that I shared within Discord. So yeah, congrats if you got into that. USDJPY now, what you're waiting for is obviously for a retracement to start happening, and preferably it would happen from this liquidity high over here at around 156,800 together with the overall yearly open. That would be a nice, potential short position to take once again. Then we have USDCHF. So USDCHF continues to dump down lower with the strong Swiss. Now, USDCHF has not really been a top pick of myself. Looking at USDCHF, it does make sense that it is selling off, obviously, with this being the bearish market structure breakdown, and then us having a swing high and us having a swing low here, market retracing into premium pricing, and then taking out this high over here. I did mention already the entire week that I was preferably waiting for this high here to get taken out. Didn't happen, and apparently this high here wasn't enough to push the market down lower. Now, what we're looking for on USDCHF is to see if it will slow down within this area of demand that we have over here, which aligns with the 3 monthly open. And then from there, it should start slowing down, though I must say we are still within the impulsive phases. We had impulsive phase number 1 here, and now we're in impulsive phase number 2. So ultimately, do expect USDCHF to continue pushing down lower. And once this breaks over here, then retest, and then you'll have a nice short over there. That will be a higher conviction play once the overall internal daily change of character here switches as well, because at the moment, you're still slightly more bullish than bearish. So I would be favoring this break here, retest 3 monthly open, and then look for a short, for example. And then last of all, of course, we have gold. And by the way, on those Swiss pairs and NZDCHF, has been a lot more preferable to trade as opposed to a USDCHF from, for example, the 3 monthly open, and this should continue down lower. Same goes for CAD Swiss. Been receiving a lot of questions about that. Still in shorts with the team, and also AUDCHF, though AD is obviously relatively strong, so this has a lot more difficulty in pushing down lower. Then, of course, we have gold last of all. Gold still very, very bullish. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, every liquidation is just another potential long to be taken. What's happened? Again, this bullish candle seems to be enough to now push the market up higher. I'm now looking for the next leg up higher. This is simply said reaccumulation, and I'm expecting gold to make its next leg up. What you often see with gold is that it pushes very impulsively in towards the highs. Let's say this here is your overall impulse. Then what happens is that you get these sideways price action movements, and that is often then enough to ignite the next impulsive phase on gold. So I'm looking for more upside on gold, and some job and labor data in the United States could confirm that further upside, together with the inflationary subsidies or subsidized checks of $2,000 that Trump is looking to introduce. This should work inflationary on the dollar and should push gold up higher. So that's that, and thanks for watching, guys. Any questions, let me know. I'm active inside Discord, link in the description down below, and the free trading group, guys, the private trading group, will be going live tomorrow as well, so make sure to be inside Discord, as everything will be announced there. Thanks, guys, and speak soon.